Morning, Mr. Kesh. It's Caroline.
Good morning, Mrs. Cash.
There are a lot of people which have not clearly understood what is plasma. What is the field of plasma? Apparently, there are a lot of discussions going on about plasma and among the knowledge seekers about the field strength and what plasma really is as a field. And I think this is a missing part if it's not understood.
Plasma is a collection of dynamic fields which only attracts the strength which itself needs to confirm its existence. And at the same time, is what I call a washing machine to absorb those who are available, which are available, and they need refining to be available to the others to be able to complete the operation of their souls. So in fact, plasma is nothing but the dynamic combination of plasmas that in rotation, in trying to reach perfection, that it feeds itself to become balance, it creates dynamic motion, or what we call spherical dynamic motion of itself. If you look in all my teachings, in all, even in one of the videos which we have, in our initial teachings, is two fields. They move together. It's two fields which, if you go back to it, you remember it goes like this. And then one turns as the other. Why do we use this picture? I am of a higher order and I want to feed the lower strength of you. That by elevating to the higher order, you feed me. Or you give to the others, not necessarily me, because I know I receive what I need. The choice of arrows, even in our teaching, in our books, has a meaning. Higher strength to feed to the lower, that in that process I elevate you and we find balance. And in that process, we create the dynamic motion of the plasma. So, a plasma is a dynamic field, in a way a dog chasing its tail. That in that process, the higher strength in trying to feed the lower strength, and at the same time the higher strength of the field you're trying to feed, it feeds itself others. If we go in detail of this field connection, it's very easy to understand, because I've explained this years ago. I was explaining, I think, this to my son. You see, you look at the field like this, but in fact, if you look at it, it's like this. Each one of these of a different strength. Is the same with this, carries different strength. In a way, when this tries to catch up, this does not fit into here. In one order might fit into here, or in another order might fit into here. And it's collective in a way, if you look at it. The tail, if you look at it that way, this is trying to reach, for example, this one to feed. And this is trying to feed this one. And in trying to do, they create speed of rotation. While this one is trying to match to this. lower strength to the higher. And as we said, higher always tries to reach the lower. And in that process, it creates a turbulence, a motion of the flow of the fields. So a plasma is created. But you have to understand, this itself is a target of others who have this soul, this strength, or they have this strength, or they might have this strength. So totality of all, and then this trying to feed this one now has received more, it creates a dynamic motion. Then this is what we call a plasma. Collective interaction of the fields, that their interaction leads to the giving, not receiving. But in process we receive that we can give more to create dimension of existence.
He's ready to start with talking.
Hemos empezado con ese video
We have started with this video,
y también tenemos el primer video donde el señor Kesh explica muy bien para los niños qué es el plasma.
and we also have the first video where Mr. Kesh explains very well what is the plasma to the kids.
Yes. Es la base con que empezamos y por eso lo hacemos porque nosotros hemos empezado con esto.
And this is basic for us because that's how we are going to start with the first module of plasma.
Y después de comprender un poquito qué es el plasma,
And after understanding what is plasma,
pasamos a comprender qué es el nano.
we go next to understand what is the nano.
Y en la fundación también hay una simulación donde pone todo. No lo tengo preparado ahora, pero creo que sabéis de qué estoy hablando.
And there is also a simulation where we show everything, but we don't have that ready yet. But I hope that you know what we're talking about.
Ok, también voy a compartir la pantalla.
I will also ask you to let me share the screen.
Ok, como
Mhm.
hemos dicho, vamos a empezar el módulo. Todos los módulos son 4.
As we have told before, we're going to start with module 0. They are in total 4 modules.
El módulo 0 es el plasma.
The 0 module is the plasma.
Y aquí nosotros vamos a compartir lo que hemos logrado y cómo.
And here we're going to share what we have achieved and how we have done it.
El método que hemos visto utilizando 3 cajas, hacemos el nano mucho mejor y más fuerte, más potente.
And we use 3 boxes to make the nano, and these the results are that we have a more powerful nano and with more of it, more amount.
Aquí en la foto de Jetta preparando los infinis.
In this photo, there is Jetta preparing the infinite loops. Los infinitos es?
Sí, sí.
Sí, the infinite loops.
Y aquí es una foto donde he puesto lo que estamos utilizando para obtener el nano.
And this is a photograph of what we're using to obtain el grano de qué?
El nano.
Oh, el nano, okay. To obtain the nano.
Para Para obtener el medio cáustico estamos utilizando hidróxido de sodio, de potasio.
For the caustic environment, we are using the KOH and the NaOH.
Sal de magnesio, sal de potasio.
And
otro sal.
also magnesium salt and potassium salts.
Para obtener un nanocomposito en lo que queremos hacerlo.
Because what we want to do is to have a composite nano layers.
Aquí son los infinitos.
Here we have the infinite loops.
Aquí son unos 90.
We have here about 90 of them.
Okay.
And Gianni, those are the ones that you're ready to be nano-coated? Perdón, Gianni, esos son los que vas a nano recubrir. ¿Están listos?
Sí, eso ya están listos de mucho tiempo y están puestos afuera en el perímetro del oasis. Están afuera.
These are the infinite loops which are ready to be used, and they let them outside of the oasis. In the perimeter.
Son los infinitos con que hemos construido el oasis de Gianni, el oasis Nico y otro en otra ciudad de Rumanía.
These infinites have been used in the oasis that Nico and Jetta and I don't remember the other name, have used for their oasis or domes.
Ok.
Bien.
Voy a buscar las otras fotos.
I will show you the other photographs.
He mostrado eso porque nosotros normalmente que hacemos ahora con el grupo hispano.
I have shown these because this is part of what we're going to be showing with the Hispanic group in the new teachings that we're going to have starting next Monday.
Estamos compartiendo nuestra experiencia y cómo hemos logrado eso. Es como un testimonial más grande.
We are sharing our experience and how we have achieved that. It is like a long and testimonial.
Sí, porque no somos profesores, somos solo buscadores de conocimiento que estamos compartiendo cómo hemos logrado todo.
We are not teachers, we are only knowledge seekers that we are sharing our knowledge and experiences with everyone.
Y he visto que es mucho mejor cuando somos muchos que hacemos esto juntos.
And I have experienced and seen that it is a lot better when we unite in a group to do all these experiences.
Por eso, donde hemos hecho los oasis en Rumanía o otra parte,
For this reason, where we have been constructing the oasis in Romania and other places,
tenemos resultados magníficos.
we obtain great results.
Pero no magnífico como la magia.
But not magnificent as the magic.
Porque la tecnología cache es una tecnología que es una esencia que podemos comprenderlo.
Because the cache technology is in essence something that we can understand.
Y una vez que estamos aprendiendo cómo hacer los nanomateriales,
And once that we're learning how to do the nanomaterials,
pasamos a hacer el GANS.
We go to making GANs.
Pero ya tenemos un poquito la base que es el plasma, que son los nanomateriales.
But we have the basic of all these, which are the plasma and the nanomaterials.
Y empezando a utilizarlos, vamos a comprender más.
And when we start to use them, we are going to be understanding more.
Nosotros cuando hemos hecho los primeros ganses, hemos regalado en el río que está cerca de nosotros.
When we made the first ganses, we donated to the river that is next to our place.
Y he visto que nosotros regalando al río, cuando hemos vuelto, en el reactor estaba doble de como hemos sacado.
And we noticed that when we gave to the river the donation of ganses, and when we returned to our place, to our lab, we found that the reactor had produced double the quantity of ganses than before.
Y empezando a utilizarlo en el oasis,
And when we started using them in the oasis,
posicionando el plasma, bueno, los probetas con el gas en los botes de agua,
and placing the cubetas, ¿cómo se dice cubetas? The containers
yes,
that had the ganses.
yo he empezado a sentir una pulsación, como un latido de corazón.
I started to feel a pulse, like the heartbeat.
Pero al principio lo que hemos hecho con la tierra que tenemos,
But in the beginning, what we have done with the land that we have,
hemos pulverizado con una mezcla de los 4 ganses de base.
we sprayed with a mixture of the 4 ganses, of the 4 basic ganses.
Y de entonces, utilizando el plasma en todo,
And then using the plasma in everything and everywhere,
para preparar la comida, las infusiones, el té,
for example, to make tea, to prepare food,
para la limpieza corporal y la ropa,
to clean ourselves, to clean our clothing.
he empezado a sentir que de alguna manera yo con Jetta hemos creado un niño.
I started to feel that Jeda and I had created a child.
Y ahora ya sabemos que es el plasma que hemos creado aquí, el plasma libre.
And now we know that we have created that child is really the free plasma.
Y por eso funciona.
And that's the reason why it is functioning so well.
Y si nosotros alimentamos ese niño con alegría,
And if we feed that child with happiness, with joy,
me regala el amor.
that child will give me love.
Por eso, dentro de esa zona, todo
For
está
this,
vivo.
for this reason, within that zone, everything is fine.
Y por eso, en un medio equilibrado, todos los que entran se está equilibrando.
And for this reason, having how do you call ambiente? An environment that is balanced, everyone who comes in gets balanced also.
Y por momento, thank you. Gracias porque estoy muy, muy emocionado. Gracias.
I feel very, very moved. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gianni, ¿te gustaría hablar un poquito sobre qué es todo el módulo para llegar a tener autosostenibilidad, autosustento y ser independiente de todo lo exterior?
Sí, sí.
Ok, entonces, por favor, explícales la razón de, o sea, el objetivo total de estos módulos. Gianni is going to explain the final objective of these modules. What is the goal of these teachings? Comienza pues.
Ok, como he dicho, el primer módulo es el módulo 0.
As I said, the first module is really a zero number.
El plasma, porque el plasma está a la base del todo.
And we call it the plasma because that is the basis of everything.
Hacemos los nanosmateriales.
Sí.
Aprendemos a hacer los nanosmateriales para producir el GANS.
We learn to make the nanomaterials to produce the GANs.
Pero también hacer nanomateriales de plantas.
But we also make nanomaterials from plants.
La base para para las nanomateriales de las plantas está, como sabéis, el GANS de alimento.
As you know, the basic of these materials is the GANs for feeding.
Pero particularizado por como lo he comprendido yo.
But in the way that I have understood.
Los nanomateriales de plantas están en la base de todo lo que hacemos en adelante.
The nanomaterials of the plants are in the basis of what we're going to do in total.
Claro, juntos con el GANS, el aminoácido.
Of course, together with the GANs and the amino acids.
Y por eso es el módulo 0.
And that for that reason, it's the module 0, because it's 4.
El módulo 1 es el medio.
¿Perdón?
El medio, el módulo 1.
Okay. The module number 1 is the environment.
Y aquí estamos utilizando el plasma y los nanosmateriales en las construcciones que tenemos.
And here we're going to use the plasma and the nanomaterials in the constructions that we're making.
Para quien empieza a construir, utiliza los nanomateriales y plasma en lo que va a construir.
And the person who is going to build these construction, to do this construction, uses all the materials in the nano state, in the nano covering, or all of them are nano covered.
Y aquí vamos a presentar también cómo hemos hecho nosotros, pulverizar las paredes, el techo, el piso.
And we're going to show here how we have sprayed the walls, the floor, and the roofs or ceilings.
Por dentro, por fuera.
Inside out and outside.
¿Y qué hemos obtenido con eso?
And what we have achieved with all that.
También en el módulo del medio vamos a hablar de los domos porque son lo mejor que podemos utilizar como energía de forma en este mundo.
And also in this module, we're going to talk about and show how we do the domes, because we have found that those are the shapes that are best for the energy.
Y aquí vamos a utilizar también los nanosmateriales y los ganses, el aminoácido, para preparar la madera para la construcción o los materiales con que vamos a construir los domos.
And in this correcting of the environment, we're going to prepare all the nanomaterials with plants also ourselves to start the construction.
También en el módulo 1 vamos a aprender cómo hacer los productos de limpieza corporal.
And in this module, we are going to learn also how we do the how do you say, body cleaning products.
Cómo preparar la crema para la piel,
How to prepare the cream for your skin,
los aceites medicinales,
the medicated oils,
medicinales entre las comillas,
medicated in, comillas, ¿cómo se dice? As just a special name, but they are not really medicinal.
porque los mismos aceites con plantas utilizamos para todo.
Because we will use also those oils with plants for everything.
Y aquí aprendemos cómo utilizar el plasma para obtener, para extraer esencia de la planta.
And here we're going also to learn how to use the ganses for the plants, to be used in the plants.
Ok, aquí en módulo 1, todo lo que hacemos es aprender a utilizar el plasma y los nanomateriales para crear una diferencia de potencial.
And here in this module, we also will mostly learn how to create or how to make the ganses and all the materials that we're going to use to modify the environment.
Para crear el medio donde todos se alimentan, porque hay bastante para todos.
To create the environment where everything is being fed by the same environment.
De alguna manera podemos decirlo abundancia,
In one way, we say it is abundance,
donde cada uno toma lo que necesita y regala que no necesita.
where everyone takes what they need and give away what they don't need.
El mismo principio que me ha mostrado el señor Kesh en el video.
And that's the same thing that Mr. Kish has shown us in the video.
Aquí aprendemos, en ese módulo aprendemos utilizar varias intensidades del mismo plasma.
We also learn to use different gradients.
Y aquí compartimos cómo hemos logrado nosotros todo eso por posicionar ganses y algunos dispositivos nano.
And here we share what we have experienced by using the ganses and some of the nano devices.
Porque también hemos visto que solo para posicionar el nano cobre y el zinc,
Because just to position the nano copper and the zinc
en el invernadero,
in
por
the greenhouse,
hemos creado los campos, la atracción del carbón.
we have created the fields that attract the carbon.
Y así, trabajando con campos diferentes como intensidad,
And in this way, working with different fields and also in different intensity,
podemos ver los resultados de inmediato.
we can see the results immediately.
Para nosotros fue mejor, mucho mejor, porque tenemos la tierra, los hombres verticales que me ayudan y las almas de los animales, y es maravilloso.
For us, it was, perdón, Gianni, ¿me podrías repetir?
Estamos colaborando con los hombres verticales
In this way, we're collaborating with the vertical people,
con los animales
with the animals,
y todas las almas.
and all the souls.
Hemos visto que utilizando el plasma en todo,
We have seen that using the plasma in everything, in every way,
hemos creado un medio donde, como he dicho, todos tenemos de todo.
we have created a medium where everyone has everything.
Y mucho para regalar. Estoy hablando de semillas,
And a lot to give away. And I'm talking about seeds.
que de 4 años hemos regalado porque tenemos más.
In 4 years, we have given away because we have a lot more.
En estos proyectos que hacemos, también regalamos las semillas porque
These projects, we also give away the seeds
junto con ellas estamos creando un medio equilibrado para todos.
because with them, we are creating a balanced environment for everyone.
Ok, ya hemos pasado de medio en el módulo 2, agricultura.
Now we're going to the module number 2 in agriculture,
donde aquí aprendemos cómo preparar la tierra,
where we're going to learn how to prepare the land,
pulverizarlo con plasma o también posicionar algunos reactores dinámicos,
spraying it with plasma, and positioning some reactors, some plasma reactors.
posicionar los infinitos,
We also place some infinite loops,
y luego plasmatizar las semillas,
y plasmatizamos them, and we also plasmatize the seeds,
luego plantarlas.
and then we plant them.
Eso en el módulo de agricultura también hablamos de cómo podemos reducir la semilla al genoma original.
In this module about agriculture, we also teach how to return the genetically modified seeds to their original state.
Ok, y el tercer módulo, la
And the
alimentación.
third module,
La alimentación.
food.
Y aquí estamos aprendiendo cómo conservar la comida.
And here we're learning how to preserve the food.
Y es porque utilizando el plasma es mucho, mucho mejor.
Because using the plasma is a lot better.
Y, por ejemplo, estamos hablando de comida deshidratada.
And we're talking about food that has been dehydrated.
Frutos y legumbres.
Fruits, legumes.
Que en los campos, en una intensidad de los campos, se están secando sin perder aroma y gusto.
That within the fields, they get dried without feeling without losing the taste and flavor.
En muchos de los casos también el color.
And also color.
Y aquí podemos conservar en botes de vidrio o barro una cantidad inmensa de comida.
And in this way, we can keep in a huge amount of food in a very little space.
Y por hidratar lo que estamos las frutas y verduras, solo por hidratar con plasma,
just by dehydrating the fruits and vegetables,
parece, una vez hidratadas, parece que ya has recogido ahora mismo.
And once that we rehydrate them, they look just like if they have been just picked up.
También aquí aprendemos cómo podemos conservar la comida verde para mucho tiempo.
Here we also learn how to keep the green food for a long time
Sin necesitar nevera.
without needing any freezer or fridge.
Aquí vamos a ver que utilizando algunos campos de los ganses, ya podemos en un medio normal conservar para mucho tiempo frutas y verduras sin problemas.
In this way, using this technology, we can keep this food for a long time without any problems.
También aprendemos cómo utilizar las plantas
We also learn how to use the plants
para infusiones
for teas,
y por qué
infusions.
utilizar el plasma.
Perdón?
Y
¿Por
por
qué?
qué utilizar el plasma
And
para
why
extraer todo.
do we use the plasma for everything?
Y también aquí aprendemos a utilizar los campos para la alimentación.
And we also learn to use the fields for food.
Porque de todo lo que hemos hablado, nosotros estamos creando un medio
Because with all that we have talked about, we are creating a new environment
donde ya no estamos alimentando con los campos.
where we are already feeding with the fields ourselves.
Lo que hacemos en estos módulos, aprendemos a ser consciente de que los campos es la alimentación, digamos, correcta.
In these modules, we learn that the fields are really the correct and the best way to feed ourselves.
Y esos son los 4 módulos
So these are the 4 modules that we are going to be teaching.
que más o menos vamos a hacerlo en 3 meses.
We expect to go through these modules with a duration of 3 months, within 3 months.
Son 12 talleres.
There are 12 workshops that we will be teaching.
Y quien está participando puede lograr ser independiente, como nosotros.
And with these, we expect that whoever learns or gets this knowledge and practice it will be absolutely independent of anything.
Para la parte de la energía y todo eso, es un capítulo que vamos a aprender entre estos 4.
As to the energy that we all need, we're going to learn about that in all over the 4 modules.
Y quiero invitar a todos que tienen experiencia en esto para compartir con nosotros.
I want to invite everyone that has experience with this so that they can share with us their experiences.
Lo hacemos en el grupo hispano, pero creo que también va a ser inglés e hispano.
And we're going to do it with the Hispanic group, but we expect also that the English will join and or any other language group.
Lo sé que son muchos buscadores de conocimiento que tienen muchísima experiencia.
I know that there are many knowledge seekers that have a lot of experience with all of these.
Y os invitamos a compartir.
And you are invited to share.
Porque así podemos crecer juntos.
because in that way we can grow together.
Porque estamos entrando en una nueva dimensión.
Because now we're entering a new dimension,
La dimensión del plasma.
the plasma dimension.
Y gracias, señor Kesh, por el regalo que nos ha hecho. Y gracias a
And-
todos los buscadores de conocimiento. Gracias,
And
gracias.
we thank Mr. Kesh because of this gift that he has given to us. And thanks to everyone for listening. And well, I want to add that these modules and these teachings will be starting on next Monday at, what time is it? I think it's, well, we are going to place an invitation for all of you so that you have the correct hour, because I don't have the CET time. So probably tomorrow we will be placing the ads so that anyone can join. And the groups, the language groups can also join with their translator, probably in a separate room, so that they won't have to be waiting for the different translations of all the people that we expect. We're very positive about this. Le dije que estamos esperando también que va a empezar el próximo lunes, pero esperamos que otros grupos de lenguas también se agreguen a nosotros, y que les vamos a estar presentando mañana el aviso y la invitación para que se unan.
Sí, gracias. Y
No tengo
también,
la hora.
gracias, y también quiero añadir otra cosa.
Thank you, and I want to add something else.
Recordar que en la Fundación Kesh existen cursos privados.
You have to remember that in the Kesh Foundation there are private teachings.
Donde en la Kesh Foundation se aprende todo y mucho mejor.
Where you can learn everything and a lot better.
Así que os invito los que pueden aplicar en la Kesh Foundation. Thank you.
So I invite you to whoever can enter to these courses, to these teachings with the Kesh Foundation. ¿Algo más, Gianni?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Ok, muchas gracias. Gracias a nosotros. Oh, thank you. Gracias a nosotros. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Mark, and everyone.
Well, thank you, Gianni and Alenka, for this presentation. This sounds pretty exciting. I think you'll have, I think everyone will have a good time in that workshop.
We're very enthusiastic about this.
It's kind of a funny combination with Romanian and Spanish somehow, and English, and who knows what other languages too will come up. But it's beautiful.
Oh, maybe Portuguese.
Yeah.
Alenka, me parece que he olvidado que en el módulo 1 también hacemos la construcción del domo.
Oh, Gianni says that he forgot that to explain that also in the module 1, they will be teaching how to construct the domes.
El domo es la plasmatización paso a paso.
El domo básico.
Sí, el domo básico, pero es la construcción y plasmatización paso a paso.
Most important of all, there will be step-by-step teaching how to plasmatize the different materials that are being used with the dome, in the construction of the dome. Eso es muy importante, Jan.
Sí, ok, gracias.
Because he will also be showing how to nanocoat the wood that will be used in those triangles. Le expliqué que también vas a estar enseñando cómo se nanorecubre la madera que se usa en esos triángulos.
Sí,
Y eso es muy interesante.
eso en módulo 1 vamos a hacer todo.
In the module 1, we're going to construct the dome. All of it.
Ok, thank you, Rick. Gracias y perdón por interrumpir.
Thank you, Rick. And please excuse that he interrupted because he had forgotten that part, which is very important.
Yes, that's important. If you can give me an outline of the workshop and the times and so on before the workshop, the Knowledge Seekers workshop, then I can announce it in the Knowledge Seekers workshop.
Okay, we'll have that ready today later.
Okay, well, just send it to me in Telegram or whatever, whatever is
Yes.
easiest for you.
Yes, we're going to send an invitation, and we will include that information that you need also. How long
Okay.
will it be? Every class, every module, and I think every module takes, I think, about three different sessions. And I am not sure, but the time that we talked about is from 3 to 4 hours, because there is a time for questions also.
3 hours.
Sí, le decía yo que son de 3 a 4 horas porque pueden haber preguntas.
Sí, sí.
So 3 times 3 hours for one module, is that what you mean?
Yes, 9 hours. But we leave some time for people who may ask so that they can ask their questions.
Alenka, 12 horas cada módulo.
It's 12 hours. I'm sorry, Rick. It's 12 hours every module.
Es el mismo principio del Concilio Universal.
Entonces son 12 por 4, 48.
Sí.
48 horas. Entonces es un poco más de 3 meses.
Mira, el módulo, bueno, cada taller tiene 3 horas. Son 4 módulos al mes,
Okay.
2 horas al mes.
Each workshop is 3 hours, and there are 4, and each module will be taught within 1 month, 4 weeks, 4 semanas, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Okay.
4 weeks for each one.
So I will have my vacation.
Yes.
Well,
you can add to it.
Yeah, no, I will have my vacation. Good.
Or you can learn.
Thank you.
Come with the beautiful jokes, you know.
All right, very good.
Is there any question, Rick?
I was trying to see here. I don't see anything. Salamia had a question earlier about, I'm not sure exactly what it was about, but she says, which one is gravitational, the soul of these dynamic fields?
I don't think that's for us. That question is for us to answer it.
I think that was on the
Jalal
Ray's
would be.
video that you showed Rick, that they requested you to go.
Jalal would be the one to answer that. So there are no questions?
Alenka,
Yes.
I already took my vacation.
You already started. Oh,
Yeah, I
good.
already started, yes, from yesterday.
Dice Jalal que ya él empezó su vacación.
Okay, if you're on vacation, what are you doing here?
Learning.
Jalal, te esperamos estar con nosotros, claro.
We hope that you join us, Jalal, even if it's just for some moments.
Don't worry. You cannot keep me away from the honey.
Yeah, he can't
I
help
know, it's
himself.
addictive.
Si no te voy a
He's in.
llamar como has hecho tú.
Dice que no lo vamos a poder mantener alejado. Okay, there are no questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
And I hope that everyone gets the best out of these teachings and that they join us. Because it is a great opportunity. Le digo que nosotros le agradecemos por escuchar y que espero que todos se nos unan porque es una gran oportunidad para aprender.
Así es, gracias a todos.
Thank you to all.